In the West, especially in cities, right? Let's say big cities, it is hard for people to find communities. And I feel like when they do find communities of people, whether that's because of their interest, their ethnicity, their age, people don't really want to form connections, I feel like, unless they can benefit from it, like network, unless they can benefit off of it through money, through fame, through something else, right? Business partners, like it seems like it's all about business sometimes. And again, I'm not saying it's all like that. I'm saying sometimes this is what I feel, like my observations. I feel like, especially when it comes to my age, and maybe because of like this word, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube without this video getting like put down. I feel like it's hard for people of my generation to, and even younger, to like socialize, to communicate, to actually trust people, because that's another problem, trust, right? Was this crooked this whole time? Sorry. I think that we are in this issue where a lot of people have issues trusting. They don't trust people. They don't believe that people can actually care for them. They think, oh, this person wants something out of me. They don't understand me. You know, if I get close to them, I'm going to get hurt. You know, they're too far. It's not going to work out. Like, we all have thoughts like that. But some people more than others, and some people let it rule their lives. And I think that a lot of the times our thoughts make reality, as in, you know, if you're always going to think negatively, then don't be surprised when things negative seem to happen to you, because all you can see is the negativity, which I wish more people could understand. There is really a lack of community. A lot of people say that they feel lonely. They feel like no one understands them. I feel like everybody says that nobody understands me. But when I say like people that are lonely, I mean people who literally do not have like people, or even like one person or two that they can hang out with, that they can be themselves with, that they can be comfortable, that they can actually feel like this is a space where I can say whatever, I can do whatever, I can embarrass myself, I can trust you, and that you'll be here for me, and that you'll spending time with me too. I feel like we are so isolated as a society, as a generation, always on our phones, using them for the light, always on our phones, social media, not in the real world, being socially awkward, as in not wanting to communicate with people in person, wanting to just communicate online, which, you know, I really do need face-to-face. I can't just be doing these online things. It's just, no, face-to-face is super important. You can pick up on energy better. You know, you can hug the person, you can dance with them, sing with them, travel, explore, eat the same food. You're just there with a person. Being somebody who over the years has had more people that I've felt connected to or related to that were online than in person, it's kind of sad. These people connect with me, but they're so far away. They're so far away. And it hurts, because I honestly believe that if we could snap our fingers, we'd have all our online friendships or our online relationship or whatever we have, whatever people have, you know what I mean? We just have the people or the person here. And I feel like that would help a lot. I mean, this is getting into a whole nother topic where I think online friendships and relationships are like an ultimate test of like loyalty, trust, patience, all that. I just really do feel like we're just in this crisis of people that are alone. They don't feel connected to people. They don't trust anybody. They don't want to put themselves out there. They're afraid. And it's just like, I think, why is this happening? Like, I even posted a video about this, a little shorts about this. I'll read it to you guys. This song is so good, or this shade is good. But anyways, we have too much of an epidemic of people that are socially withdrawn, out of touch with their feelings. Sorry, I don't want to get copyrighted. If this gets copyrighted, I don't know. Closed in and acting out of self-interest constantly. People are always waiting for the other person to make a move. Everybody thinks they're too attached, clingy, needy, annoying, which is not true. In most cases, nothing gets done and everybody ends up alone. It's sad. I do understand why people are the way they are. Sometimes people go through experiences that completely skew their overall perspective of something, like their perception, even if they didn't want that. You can help and reassure people, but ultimately it's a problem that's very common, and it's sad to see. How can we help and fix this? I think it starts from self-awareness and putting yourself in other people's shoes. Also having faith and taking that leap of faith, especially if you get a good feeling about something or somebody. Don't let the enemy trick you into complete isolation and unworthiness. All these things I'm explaining, including the video, are things that I've also experienced and still might. I recognize how widespread this is. We can change it, I believe. Somebody said, it's more of a defense mechanism to try to protect themselves from getting too attached and getting hurt. I totally get it. I think I'm like that sometimes too. I have a hard time believing sometimes when somebody is, you know, saying, like, giving me a compliment or saying, no, like, I'll be here for you. And they almost seem too overly nice. Sometimes it gets me wondering. Especially if it's a guy, because you're not used to it. They're overly friendly. They're really nice to you. They're always there for you. You're like, are you sure this is not going to end up with you one day asking me for some favor? Like, when I say favor, I mean something big, like a lot of money for something unrelated. You know, I've done all this, so, you know, we have to be in a relationship now, you know, or things like that. And I know that it's not good to think like that, but I know that a lot of people, including me, sometimes struggle with these intrusive thoughts of, is this really out of their heart? Is this really coming from their heart? Is there some sort of motive behind it? But then I think to myself, I'm like, okay, when I offer to be there for them, when I reassure them, when I want to give them advice, when I'm just kind to them, do I expect something in return? No. Am I going to ask for something in return? No. You got to think of it like that sometimes. If you're suspicious of other people, think to yourself, okay, but I'm doing things from the kindness of my heart, so why can't they do the same thing? You see what I mean? Think of it like that too. You're not the only one that exists out there that would. Trust me. It seems like it's impossible to find people like that out there, but they exist. No, absolutely not. Oh my gosh, this is like going in circles. This is like going absolutely nowhere. So as I was saying, I feel like it is so hard to find friends. And that's the thing. It's like lacking human interaction and communication is what is happening so much, and we're getting these epidemics where people are lonely, no one wants to get married, no one wants to find the right person, everybody is just sitting at home on their computer doing absolutely nothing, not trusting of anybody. It's like a domino effect. But I truly believe that when there's division in a society, that is really, really bad for us and good for any evil entities and enemies and the media and all this division, because that's what the channel is. I talk a lot about division and all this stuff. So I think that when people are fighting each other and no one wants to, and everyone at each other, groups of people, genders, races, religions, everybody's at each other, that's how people get divided, and that's how society also collapses. And imagine all the AIs, imagine AI friends, AI boyfriends and girlfriends. Imagine how much of a disaster that's gonna be. Y'all, humans, okay, we are all humans. We all bleed red, we all suffer, we all have our own issues, we all need sleep, water, food, we need, social interactions. We cannot just be cooped up at home, isolated in a solitary confinement situation. We cannot be doing this. I watch a lot of prison documentaries, and I see what happens when they isolate people. I've seen a lot of psychological and prison experiments and things like that when people are completely isolated and cut off from people. That is a really, really bad thing, y'all. I'm not saying that's as extreme as it's getting, obviously, but that's not good to close yourself off. You really do find like-minded people, and let's say you're not in a relationship and you find like-minded people, say hi, have a conversation, give each other some wisdom. I don't know. There's somebody who's always there for you. Check up on them sometimes, or just talk. Show people that you're there. Show people that it's okay to reach out. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to talk to them. Don't close yourself up and become cold, putting a bubble around you and then wondering why you're so alone, wondering why I feel like this. Because sometimes people, I'm sorry, but sometimes people, I'm saying this, I'm being honest with you guys, I'm being very blunt and, uncensored, whatever. Sometimes people, every action has a reaction, and sometimes people cause some things to happen to them, or sometimes it's almost like, I don't know, pushing everybody away and then wondering, why does no one talk to me? Maybe they tried to talk to you, but you pushed them away because maybe you didn't feel compatible with them. That's fine. Or maybe you didn't feel that close to them. That's fine. But what I'm saying is sometimes we have to make the effort. We cannot just completely close ourselves off. With everything going on, all the division, it's we need community. So with that being said, do not be afraid to make the first move. Do not be afraid to, ask how somebody's day was. Give them a compliment. You don't know how that can affect them and make their day. Smile at a stranger. I love smiling to people at the mall. I will never look at my resting face. I look mad, right? So smile at them. Have a conversation. Even if you don't feel like it, fake it till you make it. Smile. Just smile until you actually start smiling. Somebody who is there for you and is going through a hard time, reach out to them. Don't settle. Do not settle. Do not be around people who you're genuinely not comfortable around and that you feel like could be a bit of a threat to your well-being. Let's just say that. Do not feel forced to be around people who you feel like you can't trust because of maybe toxic behaviors, erratic behaviors, things like that. Choose people wisely and you will be fine. My email is always in the description and the about section of my channel, if you can see it. With that being said, guys, I will see you next time.